Hey friends, this is Curtis Robinson, and I am here giving you guys a little preview of some of the things that I can do on Skyrim. So I can start a brand new character for you guys, and I can kind of walk you through maybe an archer and conjurer class. That works real well together. I can also do a blacksmithing heavy armor guy, basically a heavy weapons guy. If you guys want to go through the Thieves Guild and some of the Assassins missions, I can build one of those for you, or a wizard. Always fun to play those guys. By the way, I only play on Legendary. Yeah, look at that smile right in the lower part of the screen. That's me smiling back at you guys because I know you guys want to see the real deal, the real challenge. Anybody can play on the easy level. If you're going to play Skyrim, it's Legendary or nothing. Anyways, let's take a quick look at some of the things that I've done in the past. All of these different characters are characters that I've played a little bit here and a little bit there. I've completely gone through every major series of side quests as well as the main quest line in Skyrim. I know it pretty well. I'm going to show you guys this guy, Saris, and he's pretty good. I'm just going to kind of give you a walkthrough of what I can do if you guys want to see what a legendary character is going to ultimately look like. First of all, let's go ahead and hit escape here and go to the system, and let's show you that in the settings under gameplay, I only play on Legendary. All my characters are on Legendary. That's the hardest possible setting. Alright, kind of keep that in mind. So let's go back. Alright. And let's take a quick look here at the inventory. So when we're looking just at weapons, I'll tell you that if you're going to be any kind of a sword guy, and I like dual swords, you got to have this paralyze ability. I'll kind of talk about that later. And I also like to absorb stamina. So again, if you're kind of a red guard, two-handed sword guy, once you run out of stamina, you're pretty much out of luck. So this is really a great way to build a great weapon. Again, I use the best quality materials and the best weapons. I have built both of these. I built this sword, this dagger, and I built this axe to work well together. I've got a variety of different kinds of enchanting done. You might notice that there are 2 abilities on each of these items. So I've got a necklace here that gives me some alteration spells and some magicka. I basically just use this whenever I'm doing some traveling, like I'm running through the woods or I'm running through the town. I can sit there and I can just use alteration to transmute any of the iron to silver and silver to gold and so forth. I also have a ring that helps me to do that so that I can not run out of magicka. These are good ways to help get your character up in level, and also if you need money, instead of trying to make things with iron, you can make things with gold. A lot easier to make, and then you can enchant those things and sell them for a crap ton of money. So I've got a carry necklace. By the way, there's nothing worse than being in a dungeon and then you run out of space. Basically, you're now walking. You can't run. You can't do anything. You can't fast travel. So I have a carry necklace that gives me some additional carrying capacity and so forth. Increased stamina helps, increase capacity. I have a carry ring. Same sort of idea. Now again, I don't typically wear these. They're situational. But again, once you get on the higher levels, you can make rings and necklaces for basically every day of the week. Alright, I call this the endless armor because look at that stamina regen, and I get 62 additional stamina points. Guys, I'm telling you, I can hack and slash like you wouldn't believe with this character. Plus, the armor is super good. You're looking at the Daedric plate there, super good. I've got a battle necklace, so endless battle. Again, one-handed attacks. I'm using dual weapons. That's one-handed attacks, 40% more damage. Plus, look at all that stamina. Again, I basically just hack and slash, unending. Endless battle ring, same sort of thing. I get one-handed attack and stamina. Endless boots, one-handed attack and endless stamina. You can imagine the kind of damage that I'm putting out because I've done the proper enchanting on the best quality items, right? and I've got endless gauntlets, one-handed attacks, and you know, you don't always get to pick exactly what you can enchant with. You kind of get limited, and of course I didn't have anything better, so I put some magicka in that one. All right, the endless helmet, again, you can't always do stamina, so I did put magicka into that one, and then magicka regen. So again, these things kind of work well for my character. Now there's some scenarios where you're going to definitely need fire resistance, you know, dragons breathing fire on you, or well, there's just a number of things that you could get burned up on. So I have fire and frost, increase those resistances, fire and frost ring. So I got the necklace, I got the ring. These are extra necklaces that I have that I can imbue anytime. And again, what about shock, right? Shock resistance, magic resistance, that's pretty helpful against, again, certain kinds of creatures that are hitting you with those things. And then the warrior necklace. So this is just really for if I decide to do some two-handed things, bows and two-handed swords, then I've got a warrior ring and a warrior necklace. Again, you can set up and build these. As long as your enchanting is super good, you can build all of these kinds of things that'll help you out. Mostly, you know, I'm not a big fan of potion making, but I do stack a lot of ultimate healings and ultimate magic because they completely restore you. And again, you start getting encumbered. You got to drop all of the little bottles of stuff. Kind of keep that in mind. All right, let's see. Ingredients. I'm always collecting different reagents to use for alchemy. It's an easy skill to work on. You're going to need potions sooner or later to do that. All right, and again, in the miscellaneous category, most of these are going to be keys and, you know, things to open up. These are all for opening up, you know, different dungeons and so forth. And of course, you know, you got to have soul stones. These are basically like soul stones, right? I keep a lot of diamonds and emeralds and stuff, but only the best ones, really. I try to, you know, sell or get rid of the junk. But the bottom line is that you need these so that you can make some extra money when you're building jewelry and so forth to sell. And look at all these doggone soul stones, man. I keep a lot of soul stones. If you're going to have any luck on this game at all, you need to have conjuration. You'll be able to capture the soul. So you want to be able to do that, okay? All right. As you can see, this is a quest item, by the way. It's part of the Thieves Guild quest. So I've done a lot of stuff. Here's the other one. All right, this is a different quest item and so forth. So when you're kind of looking at that, I basically have got I really got a lot of great equipment, and I can build almost any equipment that you can imagine. It just takes time to figuring stuff out. All right, so let's see. Let's not do that. Let's hold right here. What else did I want to show you? Let's take a look at the magic real quick. So early in the game, alteration's not very good, but once you do the mage's quest, you really want to get a couple of different items so that you can just get your alteration up. Normally, I've also got like transmute here. That's awful good for getting your skills up. Telekinesis is super good. Not really sure why I don't have it on here. I can't remember. I don't really do a lot with illusion, just to be honest with you. If you're going to be a wizard, you must have destruction spells. This guy's not a wizard class. He's really a warrior class. Here's where you make your money. Conjuration. Bound bow, bound sword help you to early in the game to be able to capture souls for soul stones and so forth. This is, in my opinion, the best conjuration. So if you need a partner, this is really good. The Atronachs are okay and so forth. I'm not a big fan of these other guys down here, but Soul Trap is an early spell that you just have to have until you start getting bound sword and bound bow to capture that soul. You got to be able to heal a little bit. I use a lot of potions, to be honest with you, but I also run around and I can do this basic healing. I don't have a lot of the big healing spells. I don't like them. They're okay, but you know, I never really put a lot of points into the restoration spells. Of course, you know, it's pretty cool to have certain, depending on your build, certain shouts, right? So these are the dragon voice shouts. I don't really use these. As you can see, they're grayed out. I didn't even put a point into them. They're kind of cool to play around with, but this is the one, Ice Form. When you're in trouble, you freeze the guy, you run away, you heal up, whatever it is. You may get you a free shot, whatever you want. Once you hit him and he unfreezes, then basically you're back to fighting. I have played with a lot of other ones, but Unrelenting Force is probably the one I use the most. Ice Form is probably second. And of course, there are different parts of the game where you have to use Whirlwind Sprint, but I don't really use it in combat very much. Now, Ancestor's Wrath is basically because this guy is Dark Elf, but Beast Form is pretty fun to play with, and it's kind of a secondary part of your build. I used to keep Beast Form for my wizard characters, like if I was kind of in a place where I couldn't really get effective use of spells, I just turn into the werewolf and kill something. But you don't get experience. You're not really getting your skills set up except for in Beast Form. So it's also really great for transporting. So you get encumbered and you got to get from point A to point B. You can't fast travel. Well, you can either drop a whole bunch of stuff that you want to sell, or you can travel most of the way in your beast form. Remember, once you get back to town, everyone's going to attack you because they don't like werewolves. But it's pretty cool to be able to transport stuff like out of a dungeon, and then you stash it. You can stockpile it somewhere in a barrel or in a crate or in some sort of chest, and you can come back for it later. So I use beast form really as a pack mule. It's kind of an interesting thing to do when you're playing. Alright, look at all these magical effects. Of course, lots of Fortify Magic, Fortify One-Handed, Fortify Stamina, because this guy is a hack and slash kind of guy. Alright, pretty cool, not too bad. I think what I'm going to do at this point is we'll go ahead and kind of wrap this thing up. Out of all of these different quests that I've done, guys, and there are a lot of quests, I'll tell you that the main quest line really is the best quest line. But if you're going to be a thief character, you got to do the thief's quest. If you're going to be a wizard character, you got to do the mage college quest. And then, of course, there's some other really cool quests in there. You can do the soldier quest if you really want to be a hack and slash guy. Anyways, I will catch up with you guys soon, and if you want me to do a little bit of Skyrim, teach you guys a few things, you can request these things, okay? So make some comments for me. I also would love for you guys to hit the subscribe button and hit that notifications bell. If you do that, you'll get notified of my upcoming videos that I've got. And in the meantime, guys, hang loose, more to follow. Take care.